in case you aren't familiar with who I am or Katie. So my name is Rongrong DeVoe. I am an artist based in Houston, Texas. I love to draw art that empower women, celebrate diversity, and then one of my big goals this year is to create community, offer valuable education or tips or tricks to help us all have a better life in terms of like planning, goal setting, so on. And so glad you're here. If you can tell me where you're from, and then if this is your first workshop or you have already attended our last workshop. So excited to get to know you all. And then, yeah, a little bit housekeeping. This is, you are all on mute, but feel free to type your question or anything you want to discuss in the chat. I will be the moderator. I'm able to see your question. If you have question for Kitty, I can help you ask her during the presentation. In the end, we will have about 20 minutes for you to, if you want to unmute yourself, raise your hand. On your right hand corner, there is a reaction button. You can raise your hand. I will unmute you. You can ask us questions. So it's very laid back, very casual, no like, you know, just like friends, planner, babe, chat kind of thing. So I see everyone. Oh, that we all have from everywhere. This Helen, she's from Oakland. Liz from Illinois, that's her first workshop. And then we have Brittany, Lisa from Delaware, Lola, Georgia, another Georgia, Alicia, Yvonne. Wow, we have a East Coast, West Coast, which is awesome. And then we have Imokula from Miami, which is not far from Katie, where you are. So awesome. Thank you everyone for being here. I'm going to have Katie do an introduction of herself so that we can get this party started.
All right.
Yes.
Hello.
Spread it out, Katie.
All right. Hello. My name is Katie Shea, and you may know me as the Planner channel on YouTube. And also something you may not know is I also teach courses in the Planner School. So that's been fun. We just opened up a membership in the Planner School this year. And actually goal setting is one of the things. So I've been focusing a lot more on that, on, really getting detailed into how we can get the most out of our planners. So today we'll be focusing on setting your goals. And once you set your goals, then what? We want to get the most out of our planner. And I'm going to show you a bunch of different ways to use the I Can and I Will planner to track your goals and actually make some progress this year.
Awesome. We are excited to learn. Either you use
I see lots of faces.
Yeah, I assume you all have a planner, and all the technique that Katie teach is good for. I'm sure it's good for any kinds of planner. So it will be a very helpful workshop for all of us, no matter what kind of planner you use. Or if you want to tell us, you can comment below what planner you are using and what type of layout you are using.
I see lots of faces. I want to wave to everyone.
Everybody wave.
Oh, I see all the waves. Oh, I love it. Okay. Are we ready? Can we get started?
Yes.
Let's go. All right. So let me share my screen so that I can show you the planner. And we'll start with setting some goals and then walk through all the different places to track your goals in your planner. So let me see if I can get the screen up for you to see my desktop. All right, can you see it?
Yep, we can.
Perfect, perfect. All right. All right, we have a full view here. So make sure we can see the whole thing. All right. So I'm going to skip right over to goals and talk about a little bit about setting your goals. And there are so many different areas of life that you can focus on when you're setting your goals. I'm just going to list off a few to help you brainstorm if you haven't made your decisions on some goals for this year yet. So of course, personal development is one. Things you want to learn, skills you want to improve. Health, wellness, and fitness, which is always one we tend to start off with in January every year when we set those New Year's resolutions. A lot of us choose our health, wellness, and fitness goals, and then usually, start off here and then go down and have to start over again next January, right? So we're going to try to do a little bit of helping to keep that momentum going instead of starting high and then dropping off. We're going to make it a little bit different. We'll get into that in a minute. Other areas you can set goals are relationships, like spending more time with friends or with family. And especially now when we don't have the opportunity to maybe spend as much time in person with people, think about other ways that you can, continue to build relationships like you are tonight. This is another great one where, socializing with our planner community, and that's a relationship building. It's good for you, and it's great to be a part of something good and positive. And sometimes we have to do that on purpose. All right, next area are things that would be on your bucket list, things that you want to do, who you want to become, and things that you want to have, like tangible things you might want to purchase. Next would be faith-based goals. And then last on my list that I have is business, financial, and career goals. So those are just some areas that you can think about. Tonight, I wanted to go back to health, wellness, fitness, and not just physical health, but mental health. So we're going to talk about, setting some health, wellness, fitness, and mental health goals and how to track them in your planner and to make them more of a lifestyle than just a goal that you set at the beginning of the year. So let's go ahead and pick a few. And I'd like for you to think about what your goals are and go ahead and put in the chat what some of your goals might be for this year. And maybe we'll pick out a few and talk about those. So I'm going to write down, actually, I think I will write down those 3 different ones. And when I set goals, I'm going to do it a little bit differently than maybe you've seen others do. I'm focused a lot more on your real, actual big goal. Big, not as specific to start with. Then we're going to get into this section in the planner, major steps to make this happen. I love that Rongrong put this in this planner for us because this to me is one of the big keys that is often missing from goal setting, which is a strategy to get your goal. So we're going to start off with health. I want to be healthy. Health, I'm going to say health and wellness. And that's my big goal. Okay, so we're going to start with that big goal. Then we're going to move over here into the major steps to make this happen. This is our strategy. How are we going to be healthy and focus more on wellness this year? So we can always do things like exercise, right? Diet, which might mean water intake, or vitamins, or a specific diet if you want to focus on a diet. Another one, we're going to go ahead and add in our mental health here as well. So something, or what activities are we doing? What are we doing to be well, to be happy, to thrive. As we started talking about some of those, if some of you have set some words or intentions for the year, thrive might be one of your words. There are other like joy, or even like wellness, happiness, all of those kind of broad words, positive words. How are you going to do that? Think about it. What are you going to do? So some of the things you can do is reading, studying, journaling. One of mine that is one of my personal ones, and we're going to get into that, is daily journaling, and I like to do gratitude journaling. So for mine, I'm going to say, I'm going to go ahead and write on here, mental health, to focus on positivity, to be grounded. And my activity for that is gratitude journaling. And etc. You can continue on with all kinds of things. So you want to set that big goal. Let's say if it is something like a career or financial goal, maybe it's an amount of money you want to save or a career that you want to have. You need to break it down to the strategy in this section. What are the activities you can do to get that goal? Okay, so let's go ahead and move on to the next page. And before we get into that, Rongrong, were there any really interesting goals that you saw in the chat? Let me go back to
a lot of people have the fitness and mental health as their goals this year.
Perfect.
A lot of people talking about healthy eating. So overall, I see a lot of self-care,
healthcare.
Yeah, like
good. Oh, I see some words.
Yeah. The words is a huge thing. We did the last time we had a vision board workshop. Everybody come up with words, and it was fun too. So I think this is a perfect extension from last
second piece
vision board. Yeah,
sure. Okay, you know what? Let me flip this back open so that we have our goals to look at as we start to break them down. So we want to be healthy and well. We're going to work on our mental health activities, maybe our diet and our exercise. So these are some of the major things we can do to be healthy and well this year. So the next piece, you break it down from this big goal into some major steps to make it happen. The next piece is to take it out of that checklist of things to do and put it into your daily routine. It needs to be on your daily schedule or your weekly schedule or your monthly schedule so that you do it. So you take that action. That's the part that makes the difference. So exercise, we have our exercise now. Is it going to be part of our morning routine or part of our evening routine? And it totally depends on your schedule. I've done both. Right now, it works best for me in the morning. So I'm going to put exercise in the morning for one of my activities. And of course, you break down yours based on your major steps, based on your big goals. So I'm going to go over here to diet. I'm working on tracking vitamins. I'm taking vitamins every day. And so that will go in my daily schedule. And it will be in a different section. So exercise is going to be part of my morning routine. Vitamins I take at different times throughout the day. So it's not part of my morning or evening routine, but I will be tracking it in a section in the planner. So we'll get to that one. And then gratitude journaling is part of my evening routine. So I'm going to put that over here. So you want to make sure you take all of your major steps and decide where they're going in your schedule, either morning, evening, once a week, depending on your schedule and your goals. Of course, Rongrong has some really great sections in here for things that you're grateful for. I can probably show this up close. gratitude, I'm grateful for section here, and affirmations. And I just want to talk about affirmations a little bit if you're not familiar with affirmations, because this planner is set up perfectly to help us with our affirmations, because it's literally the topic of the planner. I can and I will. Those are affirmations. So I just wanted to mention that your affirmations are statements of, well, let me see, I wrote a note somewhere on here. Oh, and I am. Things I can do, things I will do, and who I am. I am strong. I am healthy. I am well. I exercise daily. I am positive. So I am statements are your affirmation statements. And they're really your cheerleader statements for yourself. So you set your intentions. How do you want to be? Then you're going to have to be your own cheerleader. So you set your statements in your affirmations, and then you read them back until they become a part of you. So that's your affirmation. So I'm just going to write, I can, and then you can fill in the blank, and I'm going to write, I will, and I am. And then you can fill in your blanks with what your affirmations are. And I have so many things to be grateful for. So I'll sit down and fill that out later. And every day I work on that gratitude journaling. Okay, let me get the screen, just check on this. So we had set our morning activities for morning and evening, but I still didn't set a place to track my vitamins. So that will still need to go on either the monthly, the weekly, or the daily page. But let's flip on over to the monthly goal setting page. So every month you have an opportunity to break down your big goals into small goals and set those goals for the month. And let me explain. So if my one of my major steps is exercise, how often am I doing that? How often is my goal amount of exercise, right? So let's say my monthly goal, I'm going to put exercise. And let's say I want to do 4 times a week. Let's make my goal for January be 16 workouts. So I'm going to put that right here. That's my goal. And then I'll show you where we'll track it on the next part. Okay, what else? So you want to be able to go back and forth between your routines, your major steps, and your big goals, and make sure that you are including them in your monthly plans and your weekly plans and your daily plans, because that daily action is what makes the difference. Okay, so affirmations, as you set your affirmations, I can, I will, I am, I can work out 16 times this month, maybe, right? And then your actions. Okay, so this is good. I like this action list, and it goes along with this section as well. So in the action list, we know we want to exercise 16 times, but it doesn't have to be the same thing every time, right? You just want to move your body. So what are some actions that you can do to reach this goal? So what I mean by that, we're going to break it down literally. Here's my different actions that I take to complete this goal. I do walk. I go to the park. I have an elliptical. And then other than that, there are other things you can do, like, of course, yoga or sports or Pilates or Zumba, or all the different activities that you can do, or whichever activities you like to do. Give yourself an action list of different ways you can reach this goal. And that way, when you get to the time that you've set in your planner to take some action, you have an action to take. And you can set it even more specific depending on yourself. If you're the one who just likes to do what you feel like, have your actions already set here, but just say, okay, it's time to do my exercise, and then come over here. Today, I feel like I'll go to the gym. Actually, we can put the gym on there too. Let's see. Today I'll go to the gym. And that way you're taking actions towards your goal. And when you don't have to decide at that time. What I'm saying is you want to do your exercise, but then you can come over here to pick something from your action list to get it done. So that way, when it's time to do your activity, you already know what it's going to be. It'll be from this list. Okay, so on that same thing, let's go back to our wellness. So we want to do something for our mental health, like gratitude journaling or whatever your activity may be. And along with that, so that goes really well in this body and soul section here. But that's not the only self-care activity that you probably have and that I have. But let's put that down here. So my gratitude journaling. And then other self-care activities. So one of mine is I like to get my nails done, and I get my nails done regularly. And that's a self-care activity for me. I like it. It makes me happy. It makes me feel good. So I'm going to say salon, nails. And here's another one. So this is another place where you can put some ideas of things you can do for your self-care, for your body and soul. So it might be reading. One of the things that helps me feel better, you know what I do? I get my planner out and I get a whole bunch of stickers and I just go sit on the couch and I decorate my planner. And it's that creative. So that creative activity time. So I'm going to say creative planning. These are for mine. And you think about the ones that help you to replenish your body and soul. Maybe it's making dinner or making something for your family. Could be all kinds of things. Of course, spa. Sometimes we just need to take a bubble bath, right? We need to take a break, take a walk, go outside, all of those things, get some sunlight, which you can see how light I need to get some sunlight. Yeah, hiking. Exactly. So brainstorm your body and soul activities here. Rongrong has a nice notes section here. So if there's anything else for your monthly goals, there's a section right there to put on. Okay, so let's move on over to the monthly page and then the weekly page and the daily page. So I like to use the monthly overview page in two ways, one of two ways usually, to plan ahead for the month or to track activities. So since we're talking about goals, you can use your monthly overview to track one of your goals. So if we're working on fitness or on those self-care activities, and let's say you set this list for yourself and you want to complete all of these within the month, then whenever you check one off, write it in on your planner so that here's the reason, so that at the end of the month, you can see at a glance what you've accomplished for yourself. So check each one off as you go and track it here. We're going to focus on tracking. I want you to track activities. Another way you can do it is with these up here. Let's say you're tracking your workout activities. These different ones, you can track them here. You just write it in, give yourself a sticker, put a box, so many different options of things you can do. Mm-hmm. So track decide which one you're tracking and where you're tracking it. So here's an option for one of your goals and for tracking them. All right, and then another way, so here's how I'm using this section, the weekly overview. I'm going to move that for a second for tracking some of my activities. So here's where I am tracking my vitamins. I have them over here. Actually, my journaling I have over here too. So I'm going to go ahead and write in my vitamins here. And then you can fill in your little circles. Make sure you can see up close. So Rongrong has these trackers already in the weekly view in this planner for us so that you can put them in. So mine actually has in it vitamins, and it has my workouts, and it has journaling. So you can choose 3, whichever ones you want. If you're doing water, if you're doing your self-care, if you're reading, it could be anything. The important part is that you set the goal and then work on it in here. And you can always change it. It's here so that you can see it every day as you're planning. All right, let's move on over to the daily sheet. See if we can look at both. Okay. And the daily sheets are awesome. They have everything you need in them. So your top priorities, your full daily schedule with half-hour lines in there. You can use it for work and personal. And look, it has the whole self-care section that we're talking about right here. So then you have another tracker here for your water, whichever self-care activity you're focused on, and your meals. So if you're focused on diet, there's a place right here to track your meals or to plan your meals. So let me go. So let's see if we got everything that we have on our list. We have our exercise, workouts, vitamins, journaling, and then maybe water intake. And then we have more goals to go if you want to set more. Here, let me open this up.
I think the tracker is a game changer because there's a saying said, what get measured, what get done.
Yes.
So you have to keep tracking, keep your goal on top of your mind in order to achieve and measure. Yeah. So that's the key, is to make yourself a tracker of what kind of goal you're tracking, and look at this every single day and measure your progress.
Your progress, right. And I like to focus more not on that I didn't take my vitamins every day, but that, great, I took my vitamins 3 times this week, or I got 5 workouts done, or I got 1 workout done, or I didn't do any, which means it needs to be a higher priority next week. It's more of a guide. And I like to focus more on the progress, not that I didn't, maybe didn't reach 16 workouts this month. I'm not super focused on that. What I'm focused on is that I'm thinking about exercising and that I do incorporate it into my week, and that I'm feeling good about that 1 workout that I got done, right? So focus on the positive part of it.
Yeah. I also think in order to achieve the goal, make time for that goal is very important. Look at your everyday schedule, and then knowing what goal you have, and carve out certain time for you to do that thing.
So Rongrong, one of the method that I have set for myself that I use to make sure I plan everything in my week, I call it the P.L.A.N system. And the acronym is P.L.A.N, P-L-A-N, priorities, lists, assignments, and notes. And we have done that already tonight. So we set our priorities, the things that are important to us. We wrote our list out of the different activities that we can do to reach our priorities. And then your next step is to assign it into your planner. You want to assign it to a date or to a time. So like on your weekly, when are you doing your exercising? And we set it over here in our daily routines, right? So we're doing our exercise in the morning, journaling in the evening. So that, and then you can get even more detailed and put it on your calendar on the time that you're getting it done. But that assignment piece is so important. Assign it like an appointment for yourself. And then the last piece is tracking right in your notes. And that's my 4-step process for planning. All right.
That's awesome. Do you use this planning for everything? Okay.
Yes.
And then how often do you use this on a daily basis?
Not exactly. So the priorities you'll set in advance. So those change as your priorities change. So we set some, like these will be our big goals for the year here and our routines, and then some monthly ones here. So we'll look at this every month. So priorities maybe change every month unless something happens. And then I like to write my list of my activities to do once a week. So that's a weekly activity. And then I write in the to-do list and assign it to the planner once a week. And then notes I try to write in daily. I try to do my tracking daily.
Okay, I see. So for people who have like a busy schedule, for example, I think most of us like we have kids and family, all that stuff. How do we make time for ourselves to do self-care or like to do that fitness, that lose the mom pouch kind of thing?
Sure. Well, you have to make it a priority. There are a couple of things as far as if specifically for health, wellness, and fitness that have that I can suggest. And one of them is a trigger activity. And so let me explain that a little bit and how it worked well for me. I used to do my exercises first when I got home from work. And my trigger activity was to take off my work clothes and put on my exercise clothes. And then as long as I did that activity of putting on my workout clothes, I was pretty much going to do some kind of exercise. So that made a huge difference. So making it, and that was part of my daily routine. So it's on my daily routine, not at a specific time, but a specific when I got home time, not a time on the calendar, but a time in my day schedule. So when I got home, change clothes into my exercise clothes, maybe get a snack, then exercise. So making it a part of your daily routine helps a lot. And the other piece of that, if you're working with your family schedules, is that when you make that a priority in your routine, they will start to get used to it. And they'll be on board. Okay, mama has to work out for 30 minutes and then she can help me with whatever, right? So making it a priority for yourself, that's one way you can do it within your schedule. Another way that I found was really good is to combine your activities with your family time. So we started going to the park every Sunday, and that way we spent time together as a family and got some exercise at the same time. So if you're very short on time to work with, to add something to yourself, try to do double duty and combine it into your family time if it's something that your family can do with you. And another thing that we did for family time, not so much for self-care activity, but another way to combine was we started doing a family game night. And that was really fun too. So we would, you just set say it's Monday nights is family game night. Everybody will start to get used to that as their schedule. And then it's a lot easier to make it happen. It's a lot easier to make it happen when you make it a priority and put it on the calendar.
Yeah, I realize the same. Anything I put on my calendar pretty much well done, but if I don't, then it won't happen.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah. So, and I also like that you said combine activity. You can do like a family walk or some sort of family activity. Yeah, that's perfect.
Another one is for if you're very tight on a tight schedule. When I was working full time and being a mom and doing social media, I didn't have a lot of time, so I had to start doing that. And I found that my lunch break was a great time for those self-care activities like quiet time, studying, reading, journaling, just have that time to get your mindset back. I took that lunch break instead of doing like lunch with coworkers. I started to take that time for my personal time, and it was it was wonderful. And again, that's another way to, when you just have that little time block, to maybe do 2 activities during that time block, get your lunch, and maybe have 15 minutes of quiet reading time. You have to get creative if you have a tight schedule.
But also make a priority to fit them in to your daily routine, self-care.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's almost non-negotiable to have some sort of self-care in your daily routine in order to have a healthy body, healthy mind.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think we get so busy that it becomes the last thing on our list. So the only way to make it happen is you have to make it a part of your routine and part of your daily schedule.
Sounds great. Let's see if anybody have any questions in terms of either goal setting or how to make the goal works for your everyday. And you can either comment in the chat, or you can just raise your hand and talk to us. However you prefer. So I hope you all learned a lot from today's conversation. If anything, just know this is non-negotiable every day to have some sort of self-care. It's very important for us. Especially 2022, seems like we're still in a crazy world.
Yes.
All our problems still here, didn't disappear. How come?
I know. I know. So while everyone's typing, I wanted to share another way that you can track your goals with stickers. So in Rongrong's Heels and Hustle sticker book, she has some really great weekly trackers. So here are some for your weekly cleaning schedule, your weekly meals, calls to make, or if we're talking about any of your other activities, you can grab one of these weekly trackers and include it in your week, either during the week, like here, or maybe that goes in your top priorities section if it's a priority for you that week. I'm going to put it right here on Monday. And then you can track so many different things with these trackers.
It's so funny. I'm using the same tracker as you. I don't know if you can see me. Are you able to see me?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So I'm using the same tracker. I'm tracking. I just started on TikTok, so I'm tracking like what I post on TikTok. Yeah.
Oh, good.
So I'm literally using this tracker for everything.
Yes, exactly. That's great.
Miss Kalisha asked, any tips for getting back in the groove of setting goals in your planner after being discouraged due to inconsistency?
Yes. So the first one is don't set the goals that are don't set deadlines for yourself. Focus more on your progress. So I might not even do, if you're working on something that you want, like I put down 16 workouts, don't even do that. Make it part of your routine and just focus on doing the activity. Don't focus on anything that can discourage you. So I would focus more on what is your trigger activity going to be? Is it, and where in your daily schedule are you putting your activity? Just focus more on your days and your activities that you're doing during your days. And don't set any goals for yourself that if you don't reach them, you'll be even more discouraged. I don't like those deadlines and the pressure of deadlines, or in too many goals that are too specific. Focus more on the lifestyle, the daily activities that you can do, and focus on the positive progress. So like even for my workouts, I don't say I have to do this exercise for this much time. not at all. If I do anything, any exercise at all, I give myself a sticker. I give myself a prize and put a sticker. I do. I like to use the like smaller stickers. So if I'm using this monthly view, let me grab one just so I can show you. If I'm using this monthly view and this is my tracker for exercise, I might grab a small sticker and like this, I'll put like today. And on all the days that I do any activity at all, I give myself a sticker. And then I'll write in either a little note or a check mark, or maybe the amount of time or the number of reps or whatever it is for your goal. And then it gives me such a great overview at the end of the month to see. And I use the same system for tracking like videos I post. Same thing. I'll use my monthly overview. I put a sticker. I posted here, here. I did no videos that week. I did here, here, so that I get a great overview at the end of the month. And I don't count it against myself for not making a goal. You try to focus on that positive. I just feel like we have so much negative. Focus on the positive of what did I accomplish this month. So when you're working on getting back into those activities, give yourself credit for anything that you do. So if you got on there and walked for 5 minutes, you get your sticker and you write your little 5 minutes, and that's your positive progress.
Yeah, it doesn't matter how many workouts or if you achieve, we're not going to Olympic, right? So we should such, you know, even if one workout we did, it's good for our health, and we should pat ourselves on the shoulder.
Yes.
So Raquel has a question. I'm going to unmute her.
Great.
So she can talk.
Hello.
Yeah. Hello.
So since the beginning of the year, my mental health has kind of been on the decline. I don't know if it's the weather or just feeling blah in general, because 2022 hasn't started off on a great start. So what are some of your tips and ideas for trying to track your mental health? And this way you can talk about it with your doctor. Because I'm one of those people, if I don't take my planner with me to my doctor, I don't remember what to tell them.
Sure. You know, I feel like the doctors are so negative. They just want to know the bad stuff. But for yourself, and if you're using a planner to work on your wellness, and it's the same thing like I was just talking about. When did you have good days? What was going on that day? Was there good weather? How, focus on the positive. And it just takes that mindset of, oh my gosh, instead of counting, these are the days when I felt the worst. These are the days when I felt really good. Well, what were you doing those days? Was it more family time? Were you eating better? Did you get more sleep? Sometimes it's those little things. Were you drinking enough water? And it's up to your doctor to help you with, which things you need to do. But if you're doing a wellness planner, and I say the same thing for journaling, because I myself did this. I used to journal and I would write down all the things that I didn't like, right? I got cut off in traffic, and, work was bad today, and my hose got to run, and I spilled my coffee, and right. But if you change your mindset and focus on the positive things, I listened to a great song at lunch today during my quiet time, or I did a really good workout today. We're talking about workout, or I was good and ate a salad for lunch, right? So you have to change your what you're tracking from maybe the negative things about when you're feeling ill. And I totally understand, because I've been dealing with some physical illness that I've had to manage, and the same thing, kind of track in a planner for your doctor. I've done the same thing, so I totally understand. But I feel like making the decision to focus on the positive instead of the negative will help. Does that help at all?
It does. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Sure.
Yeah, I think that the little, cherish the little thing is so sounds so cheesy, but it's really important. Like I love, like for me, I love getting every Friday, I'll get myself a bubble tea. And then every Monday, I just look forward to the bubble tea every Friday.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's something, yeah. I feel like it's not good for my physical health, but it's good for my mental health.
Yes. It is. And I have when I talk about a balanced diet, it's usually something like salad and chocolate. So that's a balanced diet for me. But you have to have some of those good things. You know, if you cut out all the fun stuff, then that's not good either, right? You have to have a little
balance.
Yes, healthy balance.
Paula
I did
has
one.
a.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I'm just saying, Paula has a question. We'll see what she wants to talk.
Okay.
Hey, hello, hey everybody.
Hello.
Yes, I had a comment for the Rochelle. Yes. Okay. Well, I'm a mental health counselor, and what I would suggest
Here we
that
go.
you do is in this you can't really see, but in your Boss Babe sticker book, yes, you have the mood tracker there, and she could certainly use that where the little faces are, and definitely use that, and use like a sticky note with that to also just track like what triggered her depressed mood, what triggered her to feel anxious, and then that way she can put it on the days so that when she goes to the doctor, she can kind of go back and look at that and give them a clear picture as to, you know, what triggered her mood, why was she feeling depressed or anxious or experience a panic attack, whatever the case may be. She can kind of, you know, say, well, it was a stressful day, I was dealing with this, you know, and just kind of, you know, hopefully that will help her track, you know, and then especially where she can use the little faces to circle, you know, how she was feeling that particular day. And I would definitely encourage her to do that. I think that would be a great way to help track her mood, you know, give them, you know, the frequency and the duration and all of that.
I see.
Thank you. I didn't even know that was on the website. I thought I bought everything I've seen on the website. But I'm gonna have to get that because I had a panic attack a couple weeks ago, and I've never had panic attacks before. So that's actually a good idea.
Great,
Yeah.
cool.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Please don't laugh when she says she thought she bought everything on the website, because I found this workshop through her, and we spent an hour going through all the stickers in her sticker book that she got from you. Okay. So when she said she bought everything, I was like, okay, we've been on this, like, we're on page 45 now.
Stickers make me happy. Don't judge.
Yes, stickers make me happy too.
Me too. This past weekend, I just spent $100 at Joanne Hobby Lobby, bought some more stickers from from different companies. So I have the same issue. We all, but you know what makes us happy? That's okay. That invest in ourselves. So thank you all. And I hope that little tracker will help you track every day and your mood. Things that will make you happy. Yeah. Perfect. Do we have anybody else that has question, wants to unmute? You can feel free, raise your hand and just talk. Let me see.
Bubble tea Fridays, yes.
Yeah.
Do you use a sticker every Friday to say, okay, this is time for bubble tea?
I don't have a bubble tea sticker, but
you gotta make one of those. You gotta make a bubble tea sticker.
I should. I do in the Asian sticker pack. I do have bubble tea. I totally forget, but it's in my brain already. Oh, it's Friday. Oh, bubble tea. all I'm saying is bubble tea everywhere.
Yeah, and I always get my Starbucks on Mondays.
Oh,
So
like
there's almost
cheer you
always
up.
yes, there's almost always a coffee sticker on my Mondays, like all of them.
So
Yeah.
cute. Monique asked, this Zoom is very informative. Will be more meeting like this? Yes, this year we will doing more Zoom meeting like this, possibly monthly. I will invite. I just realized there's so many amazing people like Katie has wealth of knowledge, can share with us. Like, so every month I have like a kind of like a topic in mind, and then I will invite the expert or influencer in the planner community to help us. For example, next month I'm thinking to do something with the mental health, or I'm also have somebody come back to do a face planning, and then I
wow.
also have doing a memory keeping plan. So lots of exciting workshops because
Yes.
it's so
Yes.
hard to just, there's no place to go and to talk, and our family not always gets what we like to do, plan sticker. So I think this is I want to form a community for all of us who can have our time for ourselves to do something that we like and we care about.
Right.
That is a positive, good for us.
Yes.
Yeah. So I see Alice say yes, face planning. Yeah. Cammy from last workshop, she's really good at face planning, and then we will invite her back. So. And we also have Michelle. She's really good. Her handle is Plan on it. She will come to do a memory keeping. Do you plan to make face planner stickers? That's on the list. So hopefully in the future. Everybody say is this helpful? Katie, you did great. Everybody have learned a lot.
Oh, good.
And then they find it helpful for them to do the goals again, right? If I understand right, Katie, you've emphasized about the positivity, not like you have to do this and you feel bad if you don't do this.
Right. Especially for myself, I get discouraged because I'm a huge goal setter and I want to do so much. I usually want to do so much more than I can. And what I've found is that when I set those smaller goals, little bite-sized pieces, and focus on today I'm going to change into my workout clothes and I'm just going to walk a little bit. And usually I'll do more, but if I do that, even if I do my 5 minutes, great, I did it. Because you're doing two things. You're doing that little bit of positive towards your goal. And it doesn't have to just be workout. It could be anything. If you just read for 5 minutes, or you just take that 5 minutes of quiet time, it's that little bit of positivity. You're doing that two things. So a little progress, and you're also developing the habit, because once it becomes a habit, it's so much easier, because then you don't have to think about it. You don't need that willpower. It becomes, when you develop it, train yourself into a habit of doing these activities on a daily basis, it makes it easier. And then you'll see that progress and you'll start to reach those goals. I've found like that's much more productive than setting the big goals and being focused on, I have to do this. No, I'm not going to worry about on that, the big amount, or I have to do an hour, or I have to do, no, you have to do a little bit. And those bite-sized pieces give me so much more progress.
Michelle asked, can you give us the plan, P.L.A.N?
Sure, absolutely. Yes, priorities lists, assignments, and notes. And so your priorities would be your goals, what's important to you. You can set them once a year or each month. Those are the big things. What's important to you, priorities. And then each week, you'll write your list based on your priorities. So like your to-do list based on your priorities. So if we go back here, and if we had written out all of our big goals, so they might be, or your goals / priorities. Let's say, so we have our health and wellness we're working on this year. Let's say a career goal, and maybe our family is very important to us. So we have family time important. So each week you'll take your little checklist, come over here and make yourself a list based on these goals and priorities. Then the third piece is assignments. So you need to be assigning the tasks under those priorities, on whatever's on your list, either onto your monthly, your weekly, or your daily schedule assignments, like they're appointments for yourself. And then the last piece is to write in your notes, either daily, every other day, whenever your schedule allows for you to track your progress. Because if you don't, I don't know about you, but tomorrow I won't remember if I took my vitamins today. So I have to write it in today, because even though it was last night, did I take my vitamins? Did I, because I put mine in my little drink. So after I do my walk, I have my little vitamin powder. Yes. So I did my walk and then I drank my vitamin, but 2 days from now, I won't remember. So it needs to be part of your daily habits, or every other day. If you go back and I do, like, some people call it back planning. I just call it tracking or writing in my notes. Try to keep up with it almost daily. So your big goals or priorities, either annually or monthly, then weekly is your lists and assignments, and then daily is your notes. That's my process.
Can I just make a comment real quick? I'm sorry, I'm using my phone, and so I can't find the little hand to raise.
Oh,
but
yeah, go ahead.
Thank you. I already said this in the comments. I just wanted to say that this has been so informative. You know, in this last, 2 years now, in this pandemic, this is the best Zoom that I have done, because I think, like everybody else, I'm so tired of Zoom meetings. But to be able to connect with the planner community, I started watching Katie's channel, I think like sometime last year. And, you know, where we can't connect the way that we would like to, I just really, really enjoy this. So thank you both so much for putting this together.
You're so sweet.
Thank you.
That
was a very nice.
You be here.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah, I hope you all come back off, like every month. We'll have this planner party every month, and bring your beverage, wine.
Yes.
tea.
Water.
Yeah, it's like a fun and laid back. So, you know, the reason I love about planner community is we all have our different like a profession, but then we all have the same passion about one thing. So it's like, you know, just now we have like a mental health counselor. So like you never know what kind of expert you will make friends with, or, you know, that's just so many opportunity and potential. That's why I love, we all have our own story, and then we all share together with the love of planning and be a better person, all that stuff. So
Absolutely.
That's awesome. I am so happy you're here, and I hope you learned about Katie's goal setting method, about the plan, right? A priority list, action, and notes.
Yes.
So that's awesome. I am so grateful for all of you, and I hope we'll continue doing the Zoom every month and have you back and learn something new every month. Yeah, so now we will go back to what we were doing before, and just remember, whatever goal you set, it should be positive, and don't punish yourself or feel bad if you didn't achieve.
Yes.
Rongrong, do you have a date yet for next month's?
Oh, I don't have a date. Let me take a look at my calendar. This is how I plan my social media. I bought this on Amazon, so like every month I'll have like different color coding thing. So next month right now I'm thinking February 7th. February 7th is the date.
Okay.
Next
I just want to
Zoom.
mark it in my planner so I don't forget.
Yeah, should be
It's kind of sticky.
if you know the speaker is okay with this date, then that should be our date, February 7th. Yeah.
And that'll be mental health.
Either mental health or like face planning or memory keeping. What do you want to learn next month?
I'm all for the mental health.
Women mental health, yeah. Okay. Me too. My mental can be healthier. Miss Kalisha asked this recording. Yes, we will send a recording tomorrow to your either text message or email. I will most likely do both because you know we might miss something. So just in case, I'll send both. So thank you everyone for coming, and it was fun. I hope you had fun too. And have a wonderful night. We'll see
Thank
each
you.
other soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
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 Bye. Thank you.
Bye, everyone. Have a good night.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye. Oh, you're so sweet. Thank you all so much.
You're welcome.